everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Ravens going up against the Browns. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Detroit! Let's go! Green, 39!
Throwing, Cook. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his 4 routes at Baylor, just coach him up and turn him loose.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the deep...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
So this game's not very far along. He's already found the end zone once, and now he started this drive with another big gain, another first down run. I've got to wonder if I'm the defensive coordinator, what do I do in this situation? It's only the first quarter, but do I go ahead and sell out and try and slow him down and make him beat me another way? Because the risk is if I don't, he ends up having a monster game.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Now let's go. Leopard.
Looking to throw. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Ravens. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Over the middle here to Brown. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now Cook. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now Marshall. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. All week in practice, they stress grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And the big tight end shifting around. And here's Marshall. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On play action, they'll throw. Pass incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect that.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. Brown, the lone receiver left. Throwing, Cook. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. Now a first carry for their fullback. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. That's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And once defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
2nd down following the run. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And defenses get to the quarterback that quickly. A lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And he knocks it through. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Then he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds Coleman, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Charles Clay is tied in the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he's brought down after a good game. They'll get 23 yards there. And it's good enough for a Baltimore first down. And quickly they get to the line. Now Cook. And he's got his man on the out route. 11 yards on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Baltimore first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing, Cook. As he throws there, incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Let's go! The 3, 19! All right, now, look at 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here under any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
And the back goes into motion.
Detroit! Gun! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Returning, it's Benjamin. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch it now,
Looking to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and it's third down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
18's moving. 18's moving. Set. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll set up to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Almost out-kicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They come out here in the eye. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now Cook. And this one caught by Max Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Eifert, the man in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard. I know everybody's going to scream at the offense, but let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Now Benjamin. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He sets to fire deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. They'll run with Marshall. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing, Cook. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. All their sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got time. Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kamale Correa in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll make it 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
He's back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
This is Marshall. And a short gain here. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Baltimore, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back to their